And so if you had one particular element that you feel, or one particular facet or area of your work that you see that we need immediate attention to, that you feel that is, really needs both government, consumers, and all the other stakeholders that you mentioned to be looking at, what would it be? Where would we start if there's one kind of burning issue, one thing that's low-hanging fruit that we really need to tackle? What would it be?
Well, ironically, I think fruit is the low-hanging fruit. And fruit and vegetables, they're just way too expensive in every country. And so we could be doing a whole lot around fruits and vegetables. We could be doing stuff around most of the agricultural research and development, public sector, government-led ag R&D is all about raising productivity of cereals. It's very little goes into raising the productivity of fruits and vegetables.
And why is that?
It's just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Path dependency. It was very important 40 years ago, and now there's very strong vested interests. 40 years ago, there weren't enough cereals being produced. Now there are. Now we need to switch that, but everything's solidified and ossified, and
Sure.
So it's very difficult to change that. That's the first thing. Second thing we need to do is really incentivize low-cost refrigeration. We need to be able to buy refrigerators. People need to be able to buy refrigerators that cost $5. I believe the technology is out there and it's not too far away for that kind of low cost refrigeration.
Give me an idea on why would that be? Why is that?
Well, because solar power is really becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. The countries again where we work, where the issues is really affordability, have loads and loads of sunlight. It's an issue because so much food is lost.
Right.
We talk about food waste in the UK, which is mostly at the consumer and restaurant end.
Yeah.
But in countries that are lower income, have less well-developed storage and transportation systems, it's mostly about food lost. So we work in Nigeria with tomatoes. 50% of Nigerian tomatoes will be lost between harvesting and getting them to the consumers, because they are transported in grass baskets, which allow pests to get in, which don't protect them from bruising. There's all sorts of things. So the technology for storage and distribution for fruits and vegetables, campaigns around fruits and vegetables, consumer campaigns around fruits and vegetables. Why do we need to eat this stuff? Why is it important? How can you get it more in schools and hospitals and clinics? And then retailers. What can we do to incentivize retailers to put fruits and vegetables, make them in the architecture of supermarkets and retailers? How can we make them more prominent, more attractive? How can we incentivize retailers to do 3 for 2 price offers on fruits and vegetables as opposed to the junk that's at the checkout? So I think the way to do it is to pick a food group, fruits and vegetables, unambiguously good for you. Pretty much. I mean, not every vegetable and every fruit is the same, but as a group, unambiguously good for all the things we care about, all the different types of malnutrition we talked about at the beginning, and then have a plan right from production right through to consumption, and including food loss and food waste, to really do something about it. Unless you have a whole system plan to do something about a particular food, it's like those, the Americans call them those whack-a-mole games. You push something down here and it goes up somewhere else. You have to have something that goes from farm to fork. Actually, from before the farm through seed. You have to produce seeds that are really good quality seeds for fruits and vegetables. And then that's the way to do it. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. Norway just released it's the first of its kind, a food system action plan. That's highly pragmatic, but highly coherent. It goes all the way from ag R&D all the way through to consumer demand campaigns. I'm working with the countries that we work in, the 9 countries that we work in Africa and Asia, to help them develop similar action plans.